So I'm back with a part 2 when it comes to the NASCAR Heat 5 wish list. In my last video, I talked about what I wanted to see done with the career mode and presentation. Two areas in my opinion that are going to be the most important going into NASCAR Heat 5. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about customization and the damage model. Now, I'm pretty sure when you guys hear the word customization, y'all instantly think car customization. And yes, I'm going to be talking about car customization today, but I'm also going to be talking about other customization within the game, like character customization, for example. So without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and dive into this. So let's start off by talking about car customization. And what are we working with right now when it comes to the current NASCAR Heat games? In terms of car customization, it's not all that great, to be honest. How the way the car customization is set up in these NASCAR Heat games is very similar to how it was set up in the mid-2000 EA Sports NASCAR games. Here's the problem though with 704's paint booth though, their version of it. They don't give you enough options. It's not enough to choose from. And what I mean by that is that they don't give you enough sponsors to choose from, scheme templates, no number fonts. Just everything is lacking in the current paint booth that we got. Meanwhile, back in the EA Sports days, you had way more to choose from in terms of sponsors and etc, etc. And that's the thing that pisses me off about 704 NASCAR games in general. We get way less than what we used to get back then. Not just with the customization, but with the career mode, presentation, and etc. And here's the thing about the current paint booth that we got in these games. I wouldn't mind it if they just gave us more. Because at first I wasn't against this paint booth. I actually didn't mind it. I was like, okay, we got a paint booth, they just need to give us way more and I'll be fine with it. But a couple games have passed by and they have yet to expand on it. They implemented a paint booth in NASCAR Heat 2, and here we are a couple games later and they just haven't built on it. Not to mention, it's just a whole bunch of, it's really nothing to choose from. So yes, we need a full-blown paint booth, and I'm going to be going into detail about what needs to be in the paint booth to make it to where players can create the cars, or should I say create the schemes that they want. So what a full-blown paint booth allows you to do is that it's pretty much allow you to do whatever you want with the car in terms of the design. You can take a decal and you can make it as big as you want or as small as you want. You can take that decal and place it anywhere on the car, no matter what. It's pretty much a much more advanced paint booth than what we got in the current NASCAR games. So what 704 needs to do though is that they need to make sure that they implement some features to where they can make it less time consuming and a little bit more simpler, so that way players can make their schemes accurate as possible and not have it to where you're struggling to make one side of the car the same as the other. And that leads to my first feature, and that's a copy and paste feature. They need to make it to where, okay, a paint scheme usually has the same design from the left side of the car to the right side of the car, unless you're one of those people that want to create a car that has two different designs from the left to the right. Okay, but usually a paint scheme usually has the same design from left to right. So if you're creating a car and you do one side of the car, you start off from the left, say for example, you should be able to copy and paste those decals over to the other side of the car, and it makes it a whole lot more simpler. This is something that Gran Turismo Sport has, and it makes it so much more easier instead of having to go to the right side and trying to remember how you sized a certain decal and etc, etc. So them implementing that would be great. The crew too has a livery editor aka a full-blown paint booth, and they don't have this feature, and it sucks because that's a game that I love. And when I found out they was implementing a livery editor into that game, I was like, whoa, this is pretty cool. And then I found out that they didn't have a copy and paste feature. It kind of ruined it for me. I don't know if they added that feature since in a future update. I haven't played that game in a while, but they need to make sure they have a copy and paste feature in the paint booth. That will really help big time when players are creating their cars in the paint booth. Another cool feature I would like to see for the paint booth is being able to upload decals into the game. This is a feature that Gran Turismo Sport has, Forza has, and NASCAR 09 used to have this feature back in the day when EA Sports still had the license to NASCAR games. You could upload decals into the game, and this is what will really make players' schemes look accurate. Just say, for example, you want to create a old, I don't know, Elias Sala paint scheme from the year 2000, or you want to create Jeff Gordon's Rainbow Warrior car, or Tony Stewart Home Depot car, just to name a few. You can upload those decals, the sponsors, and make those schemes look accurate as possible. I could just imagine so many great looking designs. It would save you so much work. Instead of having to create those sponsor logos, you can just upload them into the game, and it makes life a whole lot easier. Instead of spending hours and hours in the paint booth trying to get that sponsor decal right, you can just upload it into the game, and the only thing you have to worry about is really just the contingencies and the scheme design itself. I mean, this would be huge. This would be a huge deal if they can allow players to do this. Not only being able to upload decals into the game, but also being able to browse decals, because I'm pretty sure not everybody's going to have that ability to upload decals into the game. So you're in the paint booth, you're looking through the decals that 704 gives you, numbers, sponsors, whatever they add to the game, and then you could press R1, for example, and you can browse the decals that's been uploaded into the game, and you can use those. Now, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be up to the players of whether they want these decals to be public or private. That's completely up to the player, but I think it would be so cool to be able to upload, have decals being uploaded to the game, or be able to browse, because like I said, you can make your schemes look accurate, like really accurate. So I know that's a big task for 704. I mean, they don't even have a paint booth in the game, but man, that type of future right there would be huge. If they can't get it in there right from the get-go, then maybe they can end up adding that in the update. I don't know, they probably won't, but it's the reason why I love the Gran Turismo Sport paint booth so much, because you can browse through decals or just upload a decal yourself. So that would be really great. The last thing regarding the paint booth is let players share their designs with the community within the game itself. So have something to where you seeing like the top schemes of the week, top schemes of the month, etc., etc. I think majority of players, when they get to design a car, like creating a paint scheme, wants to share their designs out there with the community. So I see nothing wrong with that. It's something that I think that would be pretty cool. I know majority of the time when I get to creating a scheme, I want to put it out there and see what people think. I don't know if they're going to go as far as being able to comment on people's schemes and being able to, download people's schemes and stuff like Gran Turismo Sport. I think that'd be pretty cool, if you can like the paint scheme that somebody designed and comment saying, hey, that's pretty cool, and so on and so on. But I don't know if 704 is going to take it that far. But if they could just let us share our paint schemes within the game, and like I said, have that little thing of having the top schemes of the month and top schemes of the week, I think that would be pretty cool of them to do. Now I'm going to talk about character customization next, and I know a lot of people don't care about character customization when it comes to NASCAR games. It is a racing game after all, and like I said at the beginning of the video, when people think of customization in NASCAR games, they think of car customization. It's a racing game. But the thing about it though is that character customization is there in these games, and when I look at 704's character customization, especially in NASCAR Heat 4, it's not that bad. Every year they seem to build on it, and it's nothing impressive. It's not on NBA 2K's level or MLB The Show or the Madden games, but it's pretty solid. 704, when I said that they built on it this year, they added the ability to customize your fire suit, which I really appreciated. It was something that I wanted, and you can put logos on your suit. You can choose to different fire suit designs. You could pick out different types of glasses for your character, whether it's like regular glasses or sunglasses. And they did a couple of other things. They just improved on it, and I was actually impressed when I was creating my character for the NASCAR Heat 4 career mode. So I appreciate 704 doing that. The problem is that me personally, I like to make my characters look, for the most part, exactly like me, like how I look in real life. And it's hard trying to do that. It's even hard trying to do that in MLB The Show. Both of these games don't have face scanning, and I really think 704 should add that ability into the game. Being able to face scan yourself into the game, I think it's another way of making you feel immersed into the game. Like, you got the presentation there. If they get the presentation into the game, you got that, and then you got you in the game. Like, it's actually you. After you get through face scanning yourself, it's you in the game. So that's the only way you can get yourself to. That's the only way you can really get yourself into the game when you think about it. There's no other way to do it, because like I said, the current way how they got it now, it's just impossible to make myself in the game. And other people out there that want to make their characters look like themselves. So face scanner would be great. NBA 2K uses it. I don't know what other sports games use it. I think NHL, but I'm surprised that MLB don't got it, and I'm hoping that they can add it in this year's game, MLB 20. If not MLB 20, maybe MLB 21. I can't believe they haven't gotten that feature into the game. But man, like, I could just imagine, the presentations happening, and it'd be great if they show your driver coming out for driver intros, and like when you look at your character, is you looking at yourself, like actually yourself, a cartoon version of yourself, pretty much. So I really think that will blow people away, to be honest. I think a lot of people are not expecting that to be in the next game, and I'm not either, but this is a wish list video, and if 704 could somehow pull that off, that would be great. And the problem with 704 right now is that they don't utilize the PS4 features. I mean, these games are not running at 60 frames per second. They're not utilizing crossplay. They're not using, the face scanning stuff that the PS4 offers. You got the PS VR. People want to see this stuff, man, and it will enhance the experience when you play these games. So it's kind of sad that they didn't utilize what they had in front of them. I don't know if they just couldn't do it for whatever reason. I know they're a small company, but I really wish they can utilize at least a couple of these things. And face scanning would be huge, to be honest. It really would. I'm a career mode guy, and if you're a career mode guy or girl out there, I'm pretty sure you appreciate 704 adding face scanning into the game. Also, another little detail I like to see when it comes to the customization is being able to choose first and last name audio. So basically, whatever name you choose when it comes to your first and last name is what the commentators are going to be saying in the game. And once again, like what I always talk about, is immersion. In the career mode, you want immersion. So you got the presentation, you got the face scanning. Also, it'll be nice to have the ability to choose name audio for the commentator. So instead of the commentator saying the 82 car or the 96 car, whatever number you got, they could say your name in the game. And I think over time, 704 could continue to add people names. I know that that's what MLB has done. I think when you go on their forums, they got like a thread to where like you can type your actual name in and they'll try to get it into the game. It'd be nice if 704 can put out a tweet or something like that and be like, tell us your name and we can put it in the game. And it would be really cool. I'm pretty sure they have most of the basic names, like the common names, I should say. And then if you got like a unique name, they'll probably get it into the game one day. Like I said, immersion. Just imagine that. Like, just imagine the pre-race commentary is saying your name, and also you seeing your face in the game. Face scanning and the ability to choose first and last name audio. These two things are a big deal. And when you sit there and take that all in after looking at the pre-race presentation or the post-race presentation, I'm pretty sure you'll be wowed by it. So that's another little detail I like to see when it comes to the customization, when it comes to the character customization at least. Finally, the last topic I want to talk about in this video today is regarding the damage model. Now, when it comes to the damage model, I'm not asking for the most ultra realistic damage model. My problem with the damage model in these current NASCAR Heat games is that it's lacking detail. We need something that's much better than what we currently got right now. Now, when I say that it's lacking detail, I'm talking about, for example, debris flying off your car. Right now, the car should just get crumbled and that's it. It's no debris falling off. Like, no matter how severe the car gets damaged, there's no debris falling off the car. Like, it would be so nice that if you wreck badly, it's a big crash, you got debris scattered everywhere. I mean, that's detail right there. I would love to see something like that. Another thing I would like to see is if you and another car is racing side by side and y'all both of y'all cars touch each other like side by side, y'all should have tire marks on the side of your cars. That's another detail I like to see. Also, if your car hits the wall, the paint from the side of your car should be coming off along with the wall paint as well. When it comes to the track, it's detail like that that's just missing when it comes to the damage model in these NASCAR games. I have not been impressed with the damage model at all. And it's not just the damage model, but it's just like how the way the damage goes in the game in general. So, say for example, you flip over like 7 times in a race, or you barrel roll 7 times and you take it to pit road, you got severe damage. You could just get it fixed like that, like in the snap of a finger. You could just get it fixed and you go right back to being a competitive car like that. And I don't like that. You should be at least 5 to 6 tenths off from where you was originally at before when your car is severely damaged. The crew shouldn't be able to fix the car like 100%. That's just crazy. Another thing is we don't have DNFs in these NASCAR games. We haven't had DNFs in these NASCAR games since, I guess, NASCAR Inside Line. And to be honest, I don't believe that. Some people said that NASCAR Inside Line had DNFs, but I didn't experience that, and I went flipping on that game multiple times. Actually, I remember the first race I did, it was at Daytona, and I flipped over, like, I barrel rolled like 5 times, and I didn't. You would think that I would have DNF'd, and I didn't. So I don't know if it was really difficult to DNF in that game, or what, or it just wasn't true that it was DNFs in that game. But we need to see DNFs. When you go into these races, you don't have no fear going into these races. Like, you know that if you wreck, you could just go take it down pit road and just magically get it fixed. That's it. And the car is brand spanking new again. And I really don't like that. So it like I said, like, I know that has nothing to do with the damage model, kinda, but it's just missing a lot right now. So I could sit here and just say that, hey, 704, make the damage model like Wreckfest. And trust me, I love Wreckfest, how the way they damage model is. But I know 704 is not gonna strive for that type of damage model. I just know they're not gonna do it. But if they could just get it on par with the NASCAR games from the 2000s, I will be totally fine with that. Totally fine with that. So I don't know, like, I don't know what else they can do with the damage model, but those little details would be nice to get in. The details, the things I just named, like, improving on those things would add to the damage model big time. So I'm going to end the video off there, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. To be honest, I'm not sure if anybody's going to watch this video. I'm not a big time YouTuber or anything like that, so I'm not expecting to reel in views. The main reason I'm making this is because I'm trying to get my message across to 704 games, because I want these games to be much better than what they are now. And the only way that can happen is that we, come together as a community and try to push our messages across to 704 games. So that's the reason I'm making these videos. Also, I'm breaking these videos into multiple parts, so that way you guys won't have to be sitting here for an hour long listening to me ramble about what a upcoming NASCAR game needs. So like I said, I appreciate you guys sitting here listening to me ramble about this for 20 minutes straight. I am gonna post this on Twitter and try to tag the official NASCAR Heat account and some guy named Justin, which is the new community manager over at 704 Games. And I'm going to tag Ed Martin. I think if I'm not mistaken, I think he still works at 704 Games. I'm not sure. Somebody said that he doesn't, but yeah. And like I said before in my last video, if you got a YouTube page, I don't care if you're a big YouTuber or a small YouTuber, please, like, just make a wish list video and post it on social media, tag 704 Games, and get your message across. So the next video I'm gonna come out with, by the way, is regarding the online and what it needs in that area. So until the next video, guys, I'll catch y'all later. Peace.